Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, in the sidelines as well. Last outing for Atlanta unsuccessful. The loss to Miami. And last season, Tim, Paul Millsap retired. He was an all-star in each of his 4 years in Atlanta.
Well, he helped guide the Hawks to the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2015. That team overachieved through chemistry, and this group hopes to do the same thing.
Now, here's Avdia, following the miss by Porzingis. Outside Irving. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Nobody near Barnes. And he's good on the three ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
It's good from long range.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And so just over a minute and a half played. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. This many years into the game, and the Kyrie challenge is still puzzling. Coach said we'd actually prefer to see him shoot. At least our feet can be more set outside to contest. People forget how good of a shooter Kyrie can be. He continued and said, and threes are so hard to compete against, we want to try and limit those first. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Tim, how do you look at Avdia's game?
Well, I just think he's a guy as a small forward with great size and great versatility. He does a little bit of everything on the court to help you win.
Avdia, and the shot is good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now, here is Smith. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And what a motor. Porzingis is an all-star talent who is also willing to do the dirty work.
Outside, Avdia. Pass to Barnes. He takes it in. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And I love seeing him use his athleticism to get to the rim. Barnes really showing you one of his strengths.
Out to Smith. The screen from Brown. And it's slammed in by Smith.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Brown inside the line. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Now Eason trains it from beyond the arc. Eason's got 7 points.
That's a breakdown defensively. He is far too good of a shooter to leave that wide open.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Here's Poole. A minute 42 left in the first. And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Nobody can knife through a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
Here's Avdia. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
1:05 left to play here in the first. Here's Champagnie. Pass to Murray Boyle. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The kick out to Poole. And the foul on Tari Eason. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Tries again, and the layup is good.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Here's Avdia. Offline with his three. Knicks on offense. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Finney-Smith. And finished off by Finney-Smith.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
Here's Poole. Pass to Finney-Smith. Just 3 on the clock. Can't get the layup. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. We've got more in store for you.
19.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, the energy was there. The communication was there. I think they can build on this going forward.
When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
To the wing on the left. Fires for 3. And the basket by Prosper. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Smith right side. And Smith with the stuff.
And how about the force on that finish by Smith?
Here's Collier. Up and in on the layup. Collier's got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie Irving is becoming the sage veteran. He said, quote, "I used to think leadership is a lonely thing, and it's not. It's surrounding yourself with great-minded, great-hearted people, asking them to push you at times and picking them up when they're not able to be their best." Back to you, Kevin.
Great perspective. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Just 2 to shoot. Diving in, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Well, he was cold in that first quarter. Now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
For bounds, Atlanta takes possession. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Collier. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Pass to Prosper. Here's Collier. He's got 8. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Brown feeling out a bit. The putback and the dunk by Smith.
And smart play by Smith, using that build to get in there and just fight for the rebound and the finish.
Here's Collier. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
And here's Porzingis for a 3. Rebound, Atlanta.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Garza. Here's Krejci. And he jams it with authority.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Down low. The rebound by Champagnie.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Inside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, if you give him that much room, he's usually going to connect.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game. Here's Porzingis. They shoot again, and it's good on the way in. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Pass to Poole. He nails it, and we're tied up. Poole's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Tie game in Atlanta. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
39.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's Murray, still scoreless. And he converts the layup. Murray's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Knicks.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, Avdia takes it off the glass. Murray's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
And he never stops working. Murray keeps the feet moving and just never out of control. Great play there inside.
And here's Brown outside. Rebound by the Hawks. And for all the talk, Tim, about Lou Dort's defense, how about his growth as a shooter?
Well, I think he understood to get more minutes, he had to be more consistent as a shooter. The defense has always been there, but the steady improvement has come with his three-point shooting, which makes him now an elite 3-and-D wing.
Knicks trailed by 3. Brown outside. To the paint. Here's Smith. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
And he's no small presence inside. Smith, a handful for defenders in the painted area.
Smith hits them both.
A big man with a nice shooting stroke. You love to see it.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Here's Avdia. Bucket is good. Avdia's got his third basket of the night right there.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
For the 3. New York, no good that time either. Three-pointer. A shot that time, not on target.
Well, fortunately, as he searches for his scoring rhythm, they still have the lead for now.
New York, no good that time either.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
Again, the Hawks good for 2.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Pass to Irving. From downtown, knocks down the 3-ball. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he is so clever with the ball in his hands. Irving just dominating the defense in pick and roll.
Eason's shot is good. Knicks trailed by 4. Irving surveying the floor. And stolen by Barnes. Here's Eason. Can't cash in from close range. And here are the Knicks now. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Eason. And here's Barnes for 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Well, certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Well, it's really turned around for him because he really took care of the ball in the first half.
And here's Atlanta. They're on a 14-5 run. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Poole. And it's Poole with the ball for the Knicks. 7-point differential. And stolen by Murray. And it's Avdia off the drive. And finished off by Avdia.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Shot by Eason, no good. To the inside. The kick out to Brown. Wow, whoa! He flew in there.
Wow!
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
You know, Greg, when Kyrie elevates off the dribble, it's a work of art.
He makes it look so easy, but that fluidity is the result of countless hours in the gym and perhaps an innate gift for the extraordinary. Given his shooting ability, Irving presents a ton of problems in the pick and roll.
Here's Avdia. And here's the break. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Irving. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the triple.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for it.
The Hawks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
The Hawks leading by 8. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Over in the corner, Barnes. Back to Avdia. The drive. Oh!
Unreal. Now, once he takes flight, Barnes can really make some adjustments in the air.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Here's Collier driving to the basket. And so it's Atlanta going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Hawks leading by 10. Right wing. Here's Garza. From outside, off the mark. Smith on the wing. Shoots. Here's Adams. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is. And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage.
New York moving the ball around. And it's Murray penetrating.
Murray saw an opening to the rim, and he turned on the Jets.
Here's Collier. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
It was an aggressive move that could change momentum.
And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. The Knicks making a switch here. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
Screen by Smith. And here's Brown outside. Garza pulls it in. The Hawks leading by 10. Prosper. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
Here's Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, he is just so crafty and so unpredictable. Hard to fault the defense right there for fouling Irving.
Tim, pure basketball artistry. That's what Kyrie Irving embodies.
Well, Kevin, the combination of the ball handling, the finishing ability, impossible shot making. I'm not sure there's any player in the NBA who puts on a better show than Kyrie.
And it's Collier missing. And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. The Knicks making a switch here. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Murray, here we go. And it's Murray with the jam.
Yeah, Murray taking it to the rim with a tremendous amount of confidence. His athleticism really gets him through in those moments.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
When you have someone running point who's also a factor at the rim like that, it's a huge advantage.
And once the acceleration from Murray hits you, he's gone.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Well, it just shows you can do everything right and still come away empty-handed.
This is why Brown is one of the very best in our game. He's so good at getting into the flow.
Cleared away by Poole.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Brown. From deep. That one misses.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection. Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
That one goes. Count it.
And guys, really no surprise to see Brown flourishing on offense. He is just fearless on that end.
Knicks trail by 8. Here's Adams. Outside Brown. Puts up a deep 3. Outside Smith. Now Poole. Brown. Off target from outside.
Well, his three-pointer just hasn't been there in the second half.
Takes the 3. Buries the deep ball.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Atlanta.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooting.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Now Brown. Oh, softly lays it in.
A guy with no quit in him. Brown stays on the attack and is well rewarded.
And that one misses. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. And there's the 3.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you can see the killer instinct take over.
They are playing with so much confidence. They've been clutch all the way around.
Here's Brown. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with